So today we're going to have a look at music. Other reading lesson එකට අපි මාතෘකාව කරගන්නේ music, සංගීතය. Practice question 1. What instrument am I? මම මොන instrument එකද? I usually play classical music, right? But sometimes I play in jazz music as well. මම jazz වලත් සමහරක් වෙලාවට ගහනවා. I am long and thin. මම දිගයි කෙට්ටුයි. The player has to use their mouth to play me. කට තමයි use කරන්න ඕනේ. They press my keys with different fingers. What am I? Saxophone, guitar, piano, drums, clarinet, didgeridoo, right? Which one am I? Then I have done musical instruments with you. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පෙන්නලා vocabulary කරලා තමයි reading කරන්නේ. හින්දා දන්නේ teacher කියන්න බෑ, right? What instrument am I? I play in all kinds of music. I have 6 strings and the player must use both hands to play me. Right. So, which one? You have to think. I play jazz and blues music. I'm large and I'm made out of metal. The player has to use the mouth to play me and press the keys with their fingers. I'm shaped like an S. Are mage shape එක S වගේ. I am a traditional Australian instrument. I'm very large. The player has to use their mouth to play me. Many people think I'm easy to play, but actually I'm very difficult to play. Okay? I am in almost any music. The player needs me to use both hands and feet to play me. What is it? Okay? If they are not very good, it's going to sound like thunder. Dum, 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 dum. Like thunder. Okay, so which one am I? I'm a big box and I usually move on wheels, but not always. I have keys without locks, yet my music can unlock your soul. What am I? Okay. Here are the answers. Clarinet, guitar, saxophone, didgeridoo, drums, and the piano. Okay? බලලා ඕනේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ හිතන්න මොකක්ද කියලා. Question 2. Music is my life. Read about Susan and answer the questions. Music තමයි මගේ ජීවිතය. My name is Susan Walpott. I'm 14 years old and I'm a Scottish girl. ඉතින් මගේ නම Susan Walpott. මගේ වයස අවුරුදු 14යි. මම ඇවිල්ලා Scottish ළමයෙක්. My birthday is on November 30th. මගේ උපන්දිනය තියෙන්නේ November 30 වෙනිදා. I live in Edinburgh with my relatives and little brother and my little sister. ඉතින් මං ජීවත් වෙන්නේ Edinburgh වල මගේ නෑදෑයෝ, චූටි මල්ලි, චූටි නංගි එක්ක. Tommy is only 6 and Emma is 10. Tommy ඇවිල්ලා වයස අවුරුදු 6යි, එමාට වයස අවුරුදු 10යි. I go to school by bus and I attend St. Andrews High School. මම යන්නේ ඉස්කෝලේට බස් එකේ. මම යන්නේ St. Andrews High School එකට. I am a good student. මම හොඳ ශිෂ්‍යාවක්. Every day I do my homework from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the evening. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මං හවස 4 ඉඳන් 6 වෙනකන් homework කරනවා. Then I usually go out for a walk. ඊට පස්සේ මං සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එළියට යනවා walk එකකට. I love walking. මං හරිම කැමති ඇවිදින්න යන්න. There is a very big city park near where I live and where I like meeting my friends. ඉතින් මං ඉන්න තැනට ළඟ ලොකු පාක් එකක් තියෙනවා, right? ඉතින් ඒ හරියට ගියාම මගේ යාළුවොත් එනවා. එතන තමයි අපි හම්බ වෙන්නේ. My favorite hobby is listening to music. මං කැමතිම මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? නිදහස් වෙලාවේ කරන්න කැමතිම activity එක තමයි music අහන එක. As you can see, everywhere I go, I take my MP4 to listen to my music. My favorite singer is Adley and I'm listening to her latest CD. Okay? So, මං කැමතිම ගායිකාව එයාගේ සින්දු තමයි මම මේ දවස්වල අහන්නේ. I also like Paramore Group and Paolo Nutini. He is an Italian-Scottish singer. Okay. True or false? Susan is American. False. She is Scottish. She lives in Germany. False. She lives in Edinburgh. She has got a brother and sister. ඒක නම් ඇත්ත නේද? එයාට චූටි නංගියෙකුයි මල්ලියෙකුයි ඉන්නවා. Susan likes reading. False. එයා කැමති listening to music. She isn't a good student. False. එයා හරිම හොඳ student කෙනෙක්. What's her name? Her name is Susan Walpott. Is she 16? එයාගේ වයස අවුරුදු 16යිද? No, she is 14 years old. No, she's 14 years old. Has she got a cat? No, she hasn't. No, she hasn't. What's Susan's favorite hobby? Listening to music. Who is her favorite singer? What does she do after her homework? Homework ඉවරනාට පස්සේ මොකද කරන්නේ? She goes for a walk. When is her birthday? 30th of November. මෙතන TH දාන්න ඕනේද නැද්ද? නෑ. දැම්මේ නෑ කියලා වැරදි නෑ. Right? Okay. Read about Andrew and answer the questions. Right? Fill these letters in the correct place. One letter is extra. එකක් වැඩි. මේ ටික අපි මේ හිස්තැන් වලට දාන්න ඕනේ. Right? හැබැයි එක letter එකක් වැරදි. මොකද මෙතන 5 තියෙනවා. හැබැයි මෙතන 6 answers තියෙනවා. So one letter is extra, right? බලමු. Let's read about Andrew. My name is Andrew Dotson. මගේ නම Andrew Dotson. I am 20 now. මගේ වයස අවුරුදු 20යි දැන්. I love music. මම සංගීතයට හරිම කැමතියි. My earliest memory of music is the song my mother මට මතකම සින්දුව තමයි මගේ අම්මා මට ගයපු. The song my mother used to sing to me when I was about 3 or 4. වයස අවුරුදු 3ේදී 4ේදී වගේ. I used to have music lessons at school too. ඉතින් ඉස්කෝලේ යන කාලේ music පන්තිත් මම ගියා. My mother wanted me to take up the piano, but I didn't like it at all because I loved to play the guitar. ඉතින් මගේ අම්මා කැමති උනේ මම පියානෝ එක ඉගෙන ගන්නවට. හැබැයි මම කැමති උන්නේ මට උනුනේ ගිටාර් එක ඉගෙන ගන්න. When I was about 10, I bought my first record. What? I think it was a record by the Beatles. So we have used D already. Right? So when I was about 10, I bought my first record with some birthday money. මගේ birthday සල්ලි වලින් මම මගේ පළවෙනි record එක ගත්තා. මම හිතන්නේ ඒක Beatles ලගේ. Right? As I grew older, my musical taste changed. ඉතින් මම ලොකු වෙනකොට මගේ music taste එක වෙනස් වුණා. When I was a teenager, we used to go to clubs and pop concerts. Or we started going to concerts. I think it should be this, E. We started going to concerts, to groups playing live. Okay. Yeah, and that sort of thing. At that time, I didn't like classical music at all. Later, හැබැයි මම ඒ කාලේ classical music වලට පොඩ්ඩක්වත් කැමති නෑ. හැබැයි ඊට පස්සේ university එකට ගියාම I really got into classical music and I was particularly keen on opera. And so as I grew older, my musical taste changed. When I was a teenager, we used to go to clubs and pop concerts, to groups playing live or rock, right? But at that time, I didn't like classical music. මං එච්චර classical music වලට කැමති උන්නේ. හැබැයි පස්සේ කාලෙකදී when I really got into classical music, university යන කාලේ, I started going to concerts, right? Nowadays, I listen to all sorts of music. අද නම් මං ඕන ජාතික music එකක් අහනවා. But I'm not too keen on loud rock music. මං වැඩිය කැමති නෑ සද්දේ rock music වලට. On the whole, I prefer classical music and opera. ඉතින් overall ගත්තොත් මං හරි කැමති classical opera music වලට. But I still listen to pop music in my car and play the guitar. ඒත් සමහරක් වෙලාවට දැනුත් මං pop music අහනවා, guitar එකත් play කරනවා, right? I haven't been to any concerts for ages. කාලෙකින් කිසිම concert එකකට ගිහිල්ලා නෑ. Music CD ගෙනලා තමයි ගෙදර අහන්නේ. Music is an important part in my life. මගේ ජීවිතේ හරිම important part එකක් තමයි music කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? How old is Andrew now? 20 years. Does he love music? Yes, he does. What did his mother want him to take up? Piano lessons. අම්මා කැමති උනේ එයා piano lessons කරනවට. What instrument does he like to play? The guitar. එයා කැමති guitar එක වාදනය කරන්න. When did he buy his first record? When he was about 10 years old? Yeah, when he was 10 years old. When did he get into classical music? When he went to university. What music does he listen to now? Classical. Pop. All sorts of music. So without saying those names, shall we just say all sorts of music? I think that would be better, ne? එයා දැන් අහන්නේ ඔක්කොම ජාතිනේ, so we'll just say all sorts of music. ජාති වෙනම ලියන්න නැතුව. Right? There you go. Next question, true or false? Andrew is 21 now. False. He's 20. He didn't like to play the piano. Piano එක වාදනය කරන්න කැමති නෑ. ඒක true. Andrew played the guitar. ඒක ඇත්ත. එයා guitar එක තමයි වාදනය කරේ. His first record was by Sting. It was by the Beatles. He got into classical music at the university. ඒක ඇත්ත. University කාලේ තමයි එයා classical music වලට කැමති වුණේ. He wasn't keen on opera. වැරදියා වැඩියම කැමති වුණේ opera වලට. Now he's not too keen on loud rock. ඒක ඇත්ත. දැන් එයා ඇත්තට ඒ වගේවට කැමති නෑ. Right. So the next bit, practice question 3, singers and bands. Read about Bob Marley and answer the questions. Right? I think a famous song, Red, Red Wine. I hope you have heard that by Bob Marley. Okay? So Robert Bob Nesta Marley is the greatest ever reggae singer. Right? ඉතින් එතෙක් මෙතෙක් තුරාට බිහිවෙච්ච හොඳම reggae singer තමයි Bob Marley කියලා කියන්නේ. He spread reggae and his message of love and unity to a worldwide audience. ඉතින් එයාගේ message එක ලෝකෙ පුරාම ඉන්න මිනිස්සුන්ට යවුවා. His live performances were legendary for their passion and energy. ඉතින් එයාගේ live performance හරිම legendary වගේ මොකද ඒක හරිම passionate සහ හරිම energetic, right? Marley's album Exodus was voted by Time magazine as the best of the 20th century. ඉතින් මාලිගේ album එක Exodus කියන එක vote වුණා Time magazine එකේදී 20 වෙනි සතවර්ෂයේ bestම album එක හැටියට. The BBC declared his song One Love as the song of the millennium. ඉතින් BBC එක declare කරා One Love කියන එක ඒ millennium song එකක් හැටියට. Marley was born in 1945 in a small village in Jamaica to a white father and a black mother. ඉතින් 1945 ජමේකාවේ තියෙන පොඩි නගරයක ඉපදෙනවා එයා සුදු තාත්තා කෙනෙකුට සහ කළු අම්මා කෙනෙක් දාවා. The racist bullying he received as a child had an impact on his songwriting. ඉතින් එයාට වෙච්ච අසාධාරණකම් ලොකු impact එකක් තිබ්බා එයා ලියපු සින්දු වලට. He left school at the age of 14 to make music. ඉතින් එයා වයස අවුරුදු 14 දී ඉස්කෝලෙන් අයින් වෙනවා සංගීතය කරන්න. He met members of his future band The Wailers at a jam session. It took several years before they became famous. ඉතින් එයාට එයාගේ future members ලා band එකේ හම්බෙන්නේ jam session එකේදී. ඉතින් ප්‍රසිද්ධ වෙන්න කලින් අවුරුදු ගාණක් පොඩ්ඩක් ගියා. The Wailers' first album Catch a Fire was released in 1973 and sold well. ඉතින් මේ group එක Wailers ලගේ Catch a Fire කියලා පළවෙනි සින්දුව release කරා 1973 දී. ඒක හොඳටම විකුණුණා. Another album followed later which included the song I Shot the Sheriff. Eric Clapton's cover of the song in 1974 brought Marley a lot of global attention. ඉතින් I Shot the Sheriff කියලා 1974 දී ලියපු සින්දුව ලෝකෙම මිනිස්සුන්ගේ පොඩ්ඩක් අවධානයට යොමු වුණා. 1975 දී Marley released his breakthrough song by saying No woman, no cry. Right? ඉතින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඒ සින්දු අහන්න මොකද ඒව හරි ලස්සනයි සහ ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂාව ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඉගෙන ගන්න passionate වෙන්න ඕන නම් that is what you have to learn. Okay? Marley left Jamaica for England in 1976 to record his Exodus and Kai albums. ඉතින් 1976 ජමේකාවෙන් පිට වෙලා එංගලන්තයට යනවා එයාගේ albums Exodus සහ Kai record කරන්න. He toured the world and performed to campaign against apartheid in South Africa to celebrate Zimbabwe's independence. ඉතින් ලෝකෙ පුරාවටම ගියා එක එක ඒවා සමරන්න යා, right? He became very famous. He died of a cancer in 1981, age 36. ඉතින් වයස අවුරුදු 36 දී cancer එකකින් යා නැති වෙනවා 1981 දී. He was given a state funeral in Jamaica according to the Rastafari tradition. He continues to be an important influence on today's music. ඉතින් එයාට ජාතික මේ මොකද කියන්නේ මරණය තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ පැවැත්වු උත්සවයක් පැවැත්වුවේ. ඉතින් ගෞරවය ඒ විදිහටම දුන්නා ජාතික ගෞරවය දෙන විදිහටම ජමේකාවේ. අදටත් එයා ප්‍රසිද්ධ කෙනෙක් හැටියට සහ මියුසික් ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකට යම් කිසි වෙනසක් කරපු කෙනෙක් හැටියට ඉන්නවා. Right? So, who was Bob Marley? He was a singer. He was a reggae singer, okay? You can write he was a reggae singer. When was Bob born? He was born, I think, in 1945. Where was Bob from? Jamaica. What was his cause of death? Death එකට හේතුව මොකක්ද? Cancer. Right? True or false? Marley's live performances were energetic. එක ඇත්ත හරිම energetic. Time magazine declared his song One Love as the song of the millennium. Times නෙවෙයි declare කරේ BBC declare කරේ One Love. So that is wrong. Huh? He had a black father and a white mother. ඒක නම් true. He left school early to make music. ඒකත් ඇත්ත වයස අවුරුදු 14 දී අයින් වුණේ. His first album was named Catch a Fire. නෑ, එයාගේ first album එක නෙවෙයි. Yes, no? No, it was not the first. Yes, I think yes. The first album, Catch a Fire, was released in 1973. Yes, that is the first album. True. Right? Read about Beatles. Okay. Again, a very famous group. And I would like it if you could my music කරනකොට සමහරක් ඒවා පෙන්නවා. හරි. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඉතින් YouTube එක තියෙනවා. ඒක බලන්න please. බලලා listen and enjoy the music, right? The Beatles were an English rock band formed in Liverpool in 1960. In Liverpool වල 1960 දී හැදිච්ච group එකක් තමයි Beatlesලා කියලා කියන්නේ. The band was formed by John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Ringo Starr, right? John Lennon was the guitarist and the lead singer together with Paul McCartney. George Harrison was the third guitar and Ringo Starr was the drummer. I think ඔය තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ play කරපු instruments. In the early 1960s, their enormous popularity first emerged with the Beatlemania. The Beatles started a very successful career and were very popular and famous. ඒගොල්ලෝ හරිම ප්‍රසිද්ධයි ලෝකෙ පුරාවටම සහ ඉක්මනටම ප්‍රසිද්ධ වෙච්ච group එකක්. They played rock and roll music, but they later experimented with several music styles such as pop, Indian music, hard rock. ඉතින් ඒගොල්ලෝ ගොඩක් ප්‍රසිද්ධ වුණේ rock and roll music එක්ක. හැබැයි පස්සේ කාලෙකදී එක එක වෙන music styles උත් experiment කරා. Some of their most famous songs are Penny Lane, Love Me Do, All You Need Is Love, Yellow Submarine. ඉතින් ඔව හරිම ප්‍රසිද්ධයි අදටත්, right, if you enjoy music. Nowadays, they are also regarded the most influential rock band and the best-selling band in history. අදටත් ඉතිහාසය ගත්තොත් වැඩිම influence එකක් තියෙන සහ best-selling band එකක් හැටියට තමයි Beatles ප්‍රසිද්ධ වෙන්නේ. With estimated sales over 600 million records worldwide. Okay. Where were the Beatles born? They were born in Liverpool, right? Who was the lead singer of the band? John Lennon. Who played drums? Who played the drums? Ringo Starr. What name is used to talk about Beatles' popularity? Beatlemania. What kind of music did they play? ඒගොල්ලෝ play කරේ rock and roll. They played rock and roll music. What styles did they experiment with? ඊට පස්සේ ඒගොල්ලෝ experiment කරා pop ballads, Indian, hard rock. Etc. Can you name a famous song? Aha, so there's a lot of famous songs here. All You Need Is Love. How many records have they sold? Over 600 million. Okay. Read about One Direction. I think this, of course, most of you must be familiar. මොකද මේක එච්චර පරණ බෑන්ඩ් එකක් නෙවෙයි. පරණයි. හැබැයි අර Beatlesලා තරම්ම පරණ Bob Marley තරම්ම පරණ නෑ. Right? Meet Niall Horan, Zayn Malik, Liam Payne, Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson. Together they are One Direction. එකට එකතු වෙන නම තමයි One Direction කියලා කියන්නේ. It's hard to believe that just 2 years ago these 5 boys didn't know each other. But with the help of the biggest television show in the UK, The X Factor, there are millions of loyal fans and some killer songs. One Direction have just become their debut album to go #1 in 15 countries around the world. ඉතින් අවුරුදු දෙකකට විතර කලින් මේගොල්ලෝ දෙකක් නෙවෙයි දැන් නම් ටිකක් කල් right so ටික කාලයකට කලින් වල දැනන් හිටියේ නෑ හැබැයි ඊට පස්සේ famous X Factor කියන program එක තුලින් ඒගොල්ලෝ දැනගෙන ප්‍රසිද්ධ වෙනවා ලෝකෙ පුරාවටම. They have become a global phenomena and this is their incredible story. ඉතින් ඒගොල්ලෝ ඇවිල්ලා පුදුම විදියට ප්‍රසිද්ධ වෙච්ච බෑන්ඩ් එකක්. Niall Horan. Well, Niall is the only Irish member of One Direction, right? එයා එකම Irish member කියන්නේ එන්නේ Ireland වල ඉඳලා and is the youngest of the 5 බාලම එක්කෙනා. His passion is playing the guitar and he says having a laugh and enjoying every minute of life as a boy band member. එයා කියනවා එයාගේ passion එක තමයි ගිටාර් වාදනය කිරීම සතුටින් ඉන්න එක ජොලියෙන් ඉන්න එක තමයි එයාට තියෙන එකම ආසාව. එයා මිනිස්සු සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කියන්නේ එයා තමයි ජොලිම එක්කෙනා කියලා බෑන්ඩ් එකේ ඉන්න. right? Lewis Tomlinson එයා තමයි one of the oldest members. ටිකක් වැඩි මහල් එක්කෙනෙක්. 19 years of age. However, he sometimes doesn't act like that. Especially because he likes to do tricks and fool friends. Lewis is currently dating 18-year-old Hannah Walker. ඉතින් එයා ඇවිල්ලා ටිකක් වැඩිමල් එක්කෙනෙක් group එකේ ඉන්න හැබැයි එහෙම හිතෙන්නේ නැහැ මොකද එයා හරිම ජොලියේ යාළුවන්ව විහිළුවට ලක් කරගෙන ඉන්න කෙනෙක්. දැනට එයා වයස අවුරුදු 18 Hannah Walker කියන කෙනෙක්ව යාළු කරගෙන ඉන්නවා. right? One Direction Harry Styles කියලා කියන්නේ වයස අවුරුදු 17 එක්කෙනා. එයා තමයි lead singer වෙලා හිටියේ බෑන්ඩ් එකක White Eskimo කියලා. ඉතින් Harry is a huge Manchester United supporter fan කෙනෙක් and a fan of the American singer John Mayer කියලා, right?